Hello and welcome back to my channel, everybody. It has been a minute since I've done a reaction. I apologize. Life got the better of me and I lost track of things. That's no excuse, but it's good to be back. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is soujisakatattv. I am a gender-fluid cat cybernetic VTuber, and I love doing rap reactions. So, and of course, the best rap channel on YouTube just dropped their presidential debate, as they always do. So, today we are going to be reacting to Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. Now, before we get started, I have not seen this. I literally booted up the video, I heard the first eighth of a second of a note, that's it. Got no idea. But I am going to put a disclaimer out. I don't get political on this channel, and I hate politics in general. So, if you like politics, if you want to get political, great, good for you. Please take it somewhere else. We're here for the fun, the jokes, the poking fun at presidential candidates, because, let's be real, that's a funny thing to do. And I'm also non-biased here. I hate both of these candidates. I really wish there was a third option. I literally can't pick between the two of them. Trump is a blithering idiot, and Kamala Harris seems faker than a $3 bill every time I hear her talk. So, between the two of them, I can't stand either of them, and if I could choose door 3, I would. So, no bias here, you are getting an honest reaction, but like I said, we're not going to get political, we are only going to focus on the... Obviously, there are going to be political bars, you have to take that in stride, but we're going to be focusing on the jokes, the poking fun, the disparity of topics between, okay, you know, hey, they are of opposing opinions, so let's see who takes better advantage of that. But with that being said, I just realized my window was on. Whoops, I didn't want to do that quite yet. I need to put my windows on the opposite screens. I can't see anything. It would really help if I can actually see what I'm reacting to. So, as I said, let's get into it. Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. Battle of the presidential candidates. How many have they done now? It was Romney and Obama, Trump and Hillary, Trump and Biden. So I think this is part 4. And it's wild that Trump's been in 3 of them. I think this is the 4th rap battle Trump has been in. And it's the 3rd of the presidentials that he's been in, which is crazy. Trump gets a lot of airtime. Anyways, I've already wasted 3 minutes of your time, so let's not waste any more. Let's go! Interesting beat choice. They've got Lloyd back again. Yes, alright. Alright, so pretty good representation of the two candidates. I mean, Epic Lloyd as Trump will never not be funny. Let's go back. Yeah. That is, I mean, Lloyd does an amazing Trump impersonation, so I love that they brought him back for this again. They had, I think for the very first one, Trump versus Scrooge, they had Peter do it, and it just, like, it wasn't bad, but Lloyd's is a lot better, so I like that they did that. And then this is, wow, this is 5 minutes. I just noticed that. Good Lord, this is a long one. Alright, what I'm going to do, because I've never seen this one before, I want to experience this in its entirety. We are going to watch this all the way through, at least till the end of the battle, and then we're going to go back and break it down. I got the audio right now, so we're good to go. Let's see how this goes. I like the beat a little more now that I've heard it.
I got the best word plays, ask my supporters. I've got more disabilities than a New York Times reporter. You're a scam, your whole nomination is a hoax. Your party is so pro-choice, they aborted a state's right to vote. Pencil-pushing pussy bows, think you could scare me with prison? Get your mugshot and your mugshot, then come talk to me about convictions. To the radical left, you should be embarrassed. The way you divide our country, I'll call you Camel Toe Harris. Your inflation's got our nation clipping coupons, while it's leaking worse than a wet lab in Wuhan. I had every Americans 401k thriving. Stock market's higher than the planes full of migrants you fly in. And don't even try to deny the cognitive decline you were hiding. Prop it up Joe like it was wicked and Biden. I'm here to teach you what losing to a winner feels like. Ask Pence. I know how to drop a mic.
I know you're not all ears, but listen up close. You are JD Vance's fear and level weird. You are gross. You've been bending American decency over a barrel. Giving Lady Liberty the finger like the Legion Carol. In that big creepy house with our secrets stacked in piles. From documents to pedos, you spend too much time with files. Having sleepovers with Laura Loomer? What's going on with you? Can't you afford more than Timu Melania? You failed in your own city. Bank, ballot box, and court. You're home alone too. You lost in New York. I was there on January 6th. It wasn't fun for me. Just like your bowels, I was evacuated suddenly. You were history's least hopeful, presidential hopeful, mood swinging wildly like stock and truth social. I'm here to build bridges from Texas to Niagara Falls.
I hope you wrote that contract in red because you're taking a huge loss. Is anything worse for you than Afghanistan did for your boss? A man handed you everything you ever did. You couldn't make your own way, couldn't even make your own kids.
Your mommy was absent when you were just a little baby. And if she saw you now, she'd wish she were a childless cat lady. And if your racist landlord daddy wasn't dead to kill him, seeing me living rent-free in your head.
Well, I know you failed the bar exam after that. I guess the half of you whose job it is to rap isn't black.
Oh, good one. You ketchup-smelling edgelord. You rock the beat softer than Stormy Daniels' headboard.
I can't believe I'm even in a race with this hog. Hope you're in makeup in Ohio, cause they're eating the dog.
Oh, God.
I'm putting you away like a rapist back in Cali. You should leave this battle early, like the crowds at your
I
rallies.
have all the biggest rallies.
Yes? Well, I've got Taylor Swift.
You're ugly.
You are ugly.
Well, you're a Marxist. Jumping Jesus H.
Yes!
Christ on a crutch. No one wants to fight about politics this much. You.
Yes!
Red, white, and pantsuit. Don't let getting higher be the greatest thing you ever do. And you. Baby back ribs up in heaven. Try not to slide democracy straight to chapter 11. And you're on the back of my musky antlered beast with a message for whichever one of you sucks the least. This government
Yes!
founded on self-evident truths. So keep it of the people, by the people, for the people. Moles.
Yes! I love it! That was great! Directed by Joe Biden, he's facing the wrong way. That was amazing! Oh my god, Teddy Roosevelt wins automatically. Can we have him as president? I wanted a third option, I got it. Teddy Roosevelt, sign me up. I'm voting for Teddy Roosevelt. I don't care if he's dead. Oh my god, that was great. I must admit, I don't follow politics. There were some of these bars that went over my head, I'm 100% sure. But there were some definite good punches. I love L.L. Alquist and Epic Lloyd. Lloyd is L. Alquist. That's also Lloyd. They just credited him differently. I don't know why L.L. Alquist. There's got to be a significance to that. But I love they didn't... that was a big complaint between Trump and Biden. They didn't have... For the first time in a presidential debate, ERB, they didn't have Abe Lincoln come in. And I love because Teddy Roosevelt has been the, like, spokesperson character for this channel for years now. I mean, What's Up Bitches is let me say it right. What's up, bitches? That has been a classic, like, staple of ERB since the Roosevelt versus Churchill battle. I loved that. Actually, I'm not going to go back out yet. So let's go back and break this down. I don't care what anybody says. Teddy Roosevelt won this battle. That is what he said there, whichever one of you sucks the least. I didn't get one because I refused to spend money on political campaign signs, regardless of if they're a joke or not. But if I had to buy a political campaign sign, I would have two. I would have the one that says they both suck, and the one that says Giant Meteor 2024 just ended already. Those would be the two I would have. That was amazing. I love it. All right, let's break this back down. I'm Teddy Roosevelt all the way. That was great. Now we're going to break this down bar by bar. See everything that I can catch? I promise you I will not catch everything. If you see something I miss, tell me what it is. And why is my head transparent? That is weird. I just now noticed that. I need to correct that real quick because that looks strange. There it is. It's got to be... Yep, that's exactly what it was. I'm not see-through anymore. The presidential debate literally had me so dead I felt like a ghost. In all seriousness, I am really sick of political ads, and thank God voting day is coming up, because I am sick of it. Alright, for real, let's do it. Bar by bar, let's break it down.
I've got the best word plays, ask my supporters. I've got more disabilities than a New York Times reporter.
Alright, so I've got the best wordplay, ask my supporters. Wordplay. I don't know if that's... I mean, obviously wordplay is in rhyming. I think there's a double there that I don't know about. But ask my supporters. I've got more disabilities than a New York Times reporter. So either that's a double or it's a reference to the disabilities line. I don't know the story. I heard something vaguely about a New York Times reporter and something about a disability in Trump. I do not know that story. I know it's a reference to something, but again, I hate politics, so I don't know that reference. I'm always honest on this channel. If I don't know the reference, I'm not gonna pretend to know. So,
ask my supporters.
Ask my supporters. He's always, just ask anybody. I'll tell you. That's the way he talks. So that's Lloyd, of course, doing an awesome Trump impersonation here.
Disabilities, said a New York Times reporter. You're a scam. Your whole nomination is a hoax. Your party is so pro-choice, they aborted a state's right to vote.
Yep, so, okay, that one, where was it at? Oh, I went back. I can't remember the line now. Yep, you're a scam. Your whole nomination is a hoax, because they said Kamala... there is a definite group, by they is who I mean, who believe that Kamala was, shoehorned into the position because Biden was originally, I think, nominated or whatever for the Democratic seat, and then he backed down out of the race, and Kamala took his place or something. I remember that being a very big controversy, especially, of course, amongst Republicans in particular, because, of course, Republicans don't like the Democrats, Democrats don't like the Republicans. So, of course, all the Republicans were very up in arms about, well, that's just a cheaty way to get in, saying it's a scam, it's a hoax. So that's what that's referencing. And then, your party is so pro-choice, they aborted a whole state's right to vote. What state did they, I forget, what is it? State not allowed to vote. 24. What state was this? I remember hearing about this. I forget what it is. That's what it was. That's what it was. I remember now. Because Trump was convicted, so there was an entire state, I think, that said he's not legally allowed to be on the ballot or something to that effect. I think that's what that's a reference to. But then, of course, obviously the double of pro-choice. Obviously, choice being a reference to the abortion issue and the Republican pro-life option of no abortions ever, anytime, full stop. And the Democratic opinion of pro-choice, the ability to make your own health care decisions and decide if an abortion is right or wrong for you. As I said, I don't get political. I'm not going to voice an opinion because I may be gender fluid, but I am born a guy, and that's not my place. And B, I don't feel it's my right to tell people what to do. So, yeah, I'm gonna just stay out of that debate entirely. But so that's a good. Not only is it a good poke, especially because the Republicans are very much pro-life, so pro-choice to them is very bad. So he's not only using that, but he's also like, you're so pro-choice, you even got to, you aborted a way for me to vote, or for people to vote for me, which is a very good, like, 2 issues into one mesh. I like that bar.
Nomination is a hoax. Your party is so pro-choice, they aborted a state's right to vote. Pencil pushing pussy bows, think you could scare me with prison?
Yeah, and of course, breaking out the word for a female genitalia there, pencil pushing, good alliteration, albeit a little vulgar. You think you can scare me with prison? Of course, as I said, he was convicted.
Get your mugshot and your mugshot, then come talk to me about convictions.
Okay, that's a pretty good bar. Because, of course, a mugshot in terms of a photo they take of you when you are indicted, or at least incarcerated, I think. Can you tell I don't know much about the criminal justice system? I'm an auto mechanic. I don't know this crap. But, that's a good one also because Trump was, in a failed assassination attempt, actually technically shot in the face. It grazed him and cut his cheek. So that was that he got his mug shot. So that's a really good bar on a homophone double. I like that bar. That's clever from Trump.
Scare me with prison. Get your mugshot.
Oh, wait, isn't there something about Kamala being a criminal or something? So that would be because he's saying, go get your mug shot because you're a criminal, and then get your mug shot like I did. So that's a really good bar. Oh, yeah, and convictions, of course. Being convicted of a crime, but also having convictions about what you believe in and stand for. Great double.
You should be embarrassed the way you divide our country. I'll call you Camel Toe Harris.
Of course, Trump would have to come out with a bar like that. Of course, camel toe is a rather rude word for again, female genitalia. That's 2 in 1 verse there, Lloyd. Okay. But then, but yeah, your left-wing extremist. Of course, the left wing is the Democratic side. The right wing is the Republican side. So he's saying you're a left-wing extremist, and what is it?
You should be embarrassed the way you divide our...
Yeah, and you should be embarrassed the way you divide our country. I'll call you divide. I guess because I'm trying to get where the divide and camel toe bar, like, I mean, it is technically a split. It looks like one. It looks like a crack. I would have thought a butt crack joke would have been more appropriate there because it divides the butt in half. That doesn't really divide your front in half like a butt crack. That bar might be lost on me. If I'm missing something, please let me know, because I get, like, the theory behind it, but it just doesn't work for me. That bar doesn't make as much sense as I want it to.
Our country, I'll call you Camel Toe Harris. Your inflation's got our nation clipping coupons, while it's leaking worse than a wet lab in Wuhan.
All right, so that is a big argument of the Republican side, is that inflation is up greatly in the last 4 years, which statistically is true. Opinions are not. The U.S. government has provided numbers that show that, yeah, inflation is higher than it was. So that is a valid argument. But yeah, and got them clipping coupons. Of course, when inflation is higher, it's harder to afford things. And yeah, people clip coupons and try to make a way to make it easier to get by. And then, of course, wallets leaking worse than a wet lab in Wuhan. Of course, back to a COVID reference there. It's a little out of date. COVID has not been that big of an issue in recent times, thank God. But also, we're dealing with the wallets leaking. Of course, if your wallet is leaking, you're losing money, so that's a good inflation bar to back it up. we're not getting, like, I'm used to ERB having, like, earth-shatteringly good bars, and I don't know if there's more to these that I'm missing, but these are pretty surface level so far. There's clever wordplay, but I'm not seeing any deep cuts.
Americans 401k thriving. Stock market's higher than the planes full of migrants you fly in and don't.
Okay, another good one. He's bragging on himself about how the economy was better when he was in charge, and and that's higher than the planes you're flying in these migrants in, which is another big debate of the reports that you hear about immigrants and stuff, and illegal migrants, and I think illegal might be legal. Again, don't follow politics. Don't pay attention to this stuff. But the reference to them flying in immigrants to different parts of the country. So that's a good one. I like that.
401k thriving. Stock market's higher than the planes full of migrants you fly in and don't even try to deny the cognitive decline you were hiding. Prop it up Joe like it was wicked at Biden. I'm here to...
Now that's more of the level of writing I expect. The cognitive... How did he... Yeah. Don't even try to hide the cognitive decline you were hiding. I think that's how he said.
Stock market's higher than the planes full of migrants you fly in and don't even try to deny.
Oh, try to deny the cognitive yeah. So, of course, they're saying that, Kamala was hiding Biden's cognitive decline as, there were many clips and things of him that people like to put up of him stumbling over his words and kind of acting a bit old and senile. So there's definitely that aspect again from the Republican side taking shots at him. And then, propping up Biden, or propping up Joe like it was Weekend at Biden's. So for those of you who don't know or are maybe too young to know that reference, there's an old movie, I think from the 80s, called Weekend at Bernie's. And what it is two guys go for a weekend at their boss's house up in the Hamptons. Their boss is Bernie. The problem is, Bernie dies, and, without Bernie, they have no place to, they want to take advantage of this really nice weekend, and their host is dead. So, they do, of course, the logical thing for an 80s comedy movie, and drag him around like a puppet all weekend, and basically try to animate his corpse to make it look like he's alive the whole time. So, she's basically saying, Biden was just this dead old geezer, and you were just plopping him around and making it look like he was still going while you were really in charge. Which is, I love the old pop culture reference. That's funny. Weekend at Bernie's it sounds like a bad premise by the way I described it. Genuinely pretty funny movie.
Joe, like it was wicked at Biden. I'm here to teach you what losing to a winner feels like. Ask Pence. I know how to drop a mic.
And then, of course, called himself a winner and her a loser. That's pretty surface level kindergarten insults. But ask Pence. I know how to drop a mic. Of course, dropping the mic, a mic drop, but also the fact that he dropped Mike Pence as his running mate for J.D. Vance, which is a great, double on, There was Eminem had a bar about Mike Pencil get killed, because it's a Mike and a pencil, a number 2 pencil, Mike Pencil, because it's Eminem and he's gonna kill the Mike, and he's gonna be writing this and he's gonna kill his pencil too with all the rhymes he's writing. Mike Pence was built for being in rap, or Mike Pence's name is built for being used in rap disses because it's just too many good references. All right, and I will say, after watching this, Kamala, the impersonation of Kamala, I didn't catch her name at the end of this. But whoever they have, this girl playing Kamala, is very, very good at the fake thing that I was talking about when I said I hate them both. Trump sounds like a cranky old guy who's a little bit senile. She sounds faker than a $3 bill. Of course, if you're from the U.S., we don't have $3 bills. And that's what bugs me the most about her, is that she does not come off genuine. I don't like either of their politics. But it's I don't like either of their personalities either. I miss, I've never liked any politician's policies, but I did like listening to Obama speak. He was very well spoken. He delivered a message very clear and concisely, and he was easy to listen and understand. It was a pleasant listening experience when he had something to say. You wanted to hear him. Biden always stammered a lot and he'd muddle words. Trump always sounds like he's basically grandstanding, which is annoying because it sounds like he's almost talking down to you. And Kamala comes off like a girl who's on a first date and hating the experience, but she has to keep the smile on her face because if not, you might get the idea something's wrong behind the scenes. I cannot stand it. It is awful. I want a president who speaks like Obama again. Regardless of politics, he was really well-spoken and you respected him when you listened to him. Regardless of, okay, and I say that Hitler was a great speaker. Terrible person, but he was, if you ever listen to clips of him, man could speak very well and was easy to listen to. He could deliver a message. The message was horrible, and he was a deplorable person. But unfortunately, that's what let him do all of those deplorable things, was that he could easily convince people because he can speak well. So that's my 2 cents on that. That's why I have a problem with her personality. Like I said, same thing with Trump. He's just in a different way I don't like him. Almost every president's like that.
I know you're not all ears, but listen up close. You are JD Vance's beer and level weird. You are gross.
All right, so Kamala taking a book straight out of, a rhyme straight out of MGK's book, and, when MGK dissed Eminem, that was the beard is weird line was sticking out. So yeah, apparently to her, Trump is J.D. Vance's beard is beard weird, which, I mean, I don't know. As somebody who lives in Ohio, J.D. Vance looks pretty much like every other dude who goes hunting on the weekend. That's pretty much just the Midwestern look. I of course am biased because I am from Ohio, and he just looks like every other dude who has a beard. So, but okay, kindergarten part there. I know you're not all ears. I don't know if that must be a reference to something, but I don't know what.
But listen up close. You are JD Vance's beer and level weird. You are gross.
And you are gross, of course. The intonation in her voice, you are J.D. Vance's beard, you are gross. Like, it sounds like she's trying to mock somebody else's voice, which is exactly what Kamala sounds like. I love this impersonation because it delivers that weird, fakey intonation she has. She does a great job.
American decency over a barrel. Giving Lady Liberty the finger like the Legion Carol.
Like E. Jean Carroll? Who is that? E. Jean Carroll, American journalist and author. Longest running advice columns in American publishing? Oh, and she won an $83.3 million defamation award against Donald Trump. So, like she's E. Jean Carroll. So I'm guessing because that was a defamation thing that she won, that's the reference. Interesting. I didn't know who she was, but that's a good bar. Using lesser known facts, I like that they're digging deep on that.
In that big creepy house with our secrets stacked in piles. From documents to pedos, you spend too much time with files.
Ooh, who was the PDF file that, which is, I found the safe way to say that on YouTube. But who was, I can't remember, I heard a rumor about this, I don't think it was the man who definitely didn't hang himself, but I can't remember for sure if there might be somebody else she's referencing there, but definitely there have been allegations of that, and of course the Mar-a-Lago files that they claim Trump had in his home. Again, I don't follow that. I just know I've seen that on the news enough to know that's the sticking point of one of his criminal charges, I think. At least part of it. Again, I don't know much. But that's a good bar because, of course, talking about two very different kind of files. The paper files and then the PDF files. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Having sleepovers with Laura Loomer? What's going on with you? Can't you afford more than Timu Melania?
So Laura, whoever I'm guessing is who she's calling Timu Melania. Who is Laura Loomer? I don't know these people, so rather than just take a guess or whatever, I'm just going to look them up because why not? Laura Loomer. Oh, she's a political activist. Okay. Images. She does kind of look like a Timu Melania. Yeah, funny. Oh yeah, I can see where they're. I can see where the diss is there. She does have a little bit of that Melania thing going on. The far right. What is this? The far right activist who traveled with Trump. Okay, so that makes sense. But yeah, I can see where that bar is applicable. She does look a little like Melania.
You failed in your own city. Bank, ballot box, and court. You're home alone too. You lost in New York.
Ooh, okay, so that's good. Of course, Home Alone 2 was, I believe, set in New York. I think actually wasn't Trump in Home Alone 2 where Kevin McAllister runs through Trump Tower and bumps into Trump? So that's a really good double. I remember seeing a clip of Kevin McAllister running into Trump in what I believe is Trump Tower. So that's a really good reference about him losing his court hearing and, being indicted and all of that happened in New York where Home Alone 2 happened. That's a really good bar. I like that. I was there on January 6th.
I was there on January 6th. It wasn't fun for me. Just like your bowels, I was evacuated suddenly.
So I'm guessing the evacuated bowels suddenly refers to, of course, the failed assassination attempt. And, saying he was so scary he crapped himself. Unless he actually did do that at some other point in time, which, if he did, I don't know about. But that's good, and she, of course, evacuated suddenly, just like she would have been on January 6th. That is a very good line. I like it.
Oh, you are history's least hopeful, presidential hopeful, mood swinging wildly like stock and truth social.
Ooh, okay, yeah, so you are the least hopeful presidential hopeful. So of all the presidential candidates, she's saying he is the least likely to ever get it. That's good. But then, got less stock than Truth Social, which is, Truth Social is Trump's social media. I think it's like Twitter or Facebook for Trump supporters. Again, don't follow politics. I literally have an X account that I forget I have half the time. If it ain't Discord or YouTube, I'm not paying attention. Every now and then I do get on X, but whatever. So that's good. I like, because Truth Social stock, I remember hearing something about it tanking pretty badly. So that's a good diss. I'm here to build bridges. I missed that the first time. Okay, that's good. I love they have Peter come in as like old creaky Biden. That's hilarious. And he stutters to enter, as I said before. I forgot. All right, that's probably my favorite line from her so far. She's even got better walls. Of course, Trump's big thing in the original two campaigns were, building the wall along the Mexican border to keep them all out or whatever. So, Harris's running mate is Tim Wall. I think it's Tim or Tom Walls. I can't remember. Again, don't pay attention. But I know Walls is her running mate. That would be, if she gets elected, Walls will be the VP, which I absolutely love. Oh, there's more after this. I didn't see that. Oh, never mind. It's an ad. But yeah, so Walls is her running mate, and that's a great double on his name about, Trump's wall versus Kamala's walls. That is great. I love that.
You wrote that commie crap in red because you're taking a huge loss. Is anything worse for you than Afghanistan did for your boss?
Ooh, okay. So that's good. Of course, if you're in the red, that means you are in the negative when in terms of money. If you're in the black, that means you are in the positive. So any business wants to operate in the red or in the black, And if you're in the red, that's usually a bad thing. But of course, also red associated with communism, and Republicans often compare the Democratic Party to communism. Whereas I believe the Democrats, what is it? They refer to the Republican Party as fascism. I think. Again, I could be wrong there. I'm going off of memory of what I've seen. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Again, like I said, I don't claim to be an expert on any of this. That's why I Google half the crap I don't know. But that's a good reference of like red versus red in terms of profit and loss, but also in terms of communism. That's a really good double. I like that.
Red, because you're taking a huge loss. Is it any worse for you than Afghanistan did for your boss?
And then, of course, Afghanistan did for your boss, because I think it was under Biden's term when we pulled out of Afghanistan and there was a huge controversy over it, and it did not go well. I do believe that was under Biden's reign as president. I believe that's when that happened. So yeah, that would be a good diss from Trump there. And of course, we got Peter back as Biden again. This is such a Biden fit. The goofball hat and the aviator shades and the Skechers. I don't care what party you're for or against. Making fun of any of these people is just too easy.
A man handed you everything you ever did. You couldn't make your own way. Couldn't even make your own kids.
Ooh, so now he's going after her as a woman, saying you're infertile and you are unable to have kids. But, also claiming that men have handed her everything she's ever had in her whole career. I have no idea how relevant or true that is, and I'll be honest, that one I don't care enough about to look up, but I get the diss. That's what counts. I'm not going to spend 2 hours researching this just for that, but I do get the diss of what he's trying to say.
Your mommy was absent when you were just a little baby. And if she saw you now, she'd wish she were a childless cat lady.
Ooh, ouch! She's saying even your mama wish she just became a crazy cat lady instead of having you. You know what? After the personal attack he threw at her, that's fair. That's fair.
Racist landlord daddy wasn't dead to kill him. Seeing me living rent free in your head.
That is a great double from Kamala. I really like that bar. Of course, Trump's dad was he was not a great person. That's for sure. I don't know all that much about him, but I've heard enough bad things to come to the conclusion he's probably not the best of people. So yeah, and he was alleged that I think it's been proven. I don't know for sure. From what I've heard, he was pretty racist, and so she's saying, of course he was also very big into real estate, and that makes and like renting that out. Of course, he was a landlord of a sense, and so yeah, he'd be rolling over if he knew I was living rent free in your head. Because as a landlord, of course, you never want somebody living rent free. That means you're not making any money. But also living rent free in your head. That is a great double and a play on his dad being a real estate guy. And then, the living rent free in your head thing. I love that flip. That's awesome.
Well, I know how you failed the bar exam after that. I guess the half of you whose job it is to rap isn't black.
Oh, okay. Yep, and a good comeback from Trump. Now, I like these bars because they're more funny and punchy. Of course, there is if you pay attention at all to the Eminem versus Benzino shtick, that is one of Benzino's big points, is that rap is only for black people or whatever. I don't believe that in any sense of the word. I mean, hell, I try to be a rapper, and I'm white, but I'm not very good, but I try my best. But, of course, Eminem has proven that wrong, along with many other rappers, i.e. Knox Hill, Peter and Lloyd, Dan Bull. I'm trying to think, who else are some... Crypt, the rapper. Who else is... Gatsby. Oh, man, there's so many good white rappers. So, obviously not true, but Trump playing on the racial stereotype that, black people are good at rapping or whatever. And then also going after, because I I think that one's true that she failed the bar exam. I've heard that before. I've never looked it up to verify it, but ERB does their research. I'm going to take them at their word on that. So she failed the bar exam, and of course, bar exam. That's a double. You rap in bars. So you failed the bar exam after that. So you're so bad at rapping that your bars are basically failing the exam because, you know, and of course, it's also a jab at Kamala because, what is it? How many different... I know that's a criticism from the Republican side, that she is every time it's convenient, whatever her racial heritage is changes. I know she's claimed to be... What is it? I've heard things about her saying she's Native American, but also that she's black, but also that she's maybe mixed. I've heard a bunch of different reports to her heritage and lineage, and I've heard that criticism from the Republican side. So that is a great diss from a Republican standpoint, being that he's Trump. That's a great way to throw shade on that. Saying like, okay, yeah, so of all those racial heritages, and you pick the side that isn't black to rap with because you failed your bar exam, bars for law degree, but also bars for rapping. That is a great line. I love that.
Bar exam after that. I guess the half of you whose job it is to rap isn't black.
Oh, good one. You ketchup-smelling edgelord. You rock the beat softer than Stormy Daniels' headboard.
Ooh, so ketchup-smelling edgelord. Obviously, an edgelord is somebody who is very, like, edgy on, like, style and stuff like that. I know what an edgelord is. I don't know how to define it exactly, but I know it has to do with that. But ketchup-smelling edgelord... What does Trump and ketchup-smelling have to do with that? Trump... Oh! I thought that line was saying that he was smelling ketchup. No. It's saying Adam Kinzinger, I think is how you're supposed to say that, is saying that Trump smells like butt, armpits, ketchup, and makeup. Okay. I like that diss more now that I understand it. This is why you Google things. Oh, man. So you ketchup-smelling edgelord. Oh, edgelord, because... Wait. Yes. Edgelord is often like the... I can't say every time, but that's often a stereotype, is that they smell bad because it's like your quote-unquote meme of a Discord moderator never showering. And they would be an edgelord because they carry a sword at conventions or whatever. So you ketchup-smelling edgelord because everybody says he smells like ketchup, butt, and makeup. That's hilarious. And then, of course, you rock the beat softer than Stormy Daniels' headboard. So now she's going after his rap ability, saying, yeah, if you say my bars failed the bar exam, well, you're rocking this beat worse than you did Stormy Daniels' headboard, calling him a bad lover in bed. And bad at rapping and bringing up the Stormy Daniel issue again. That's a great diss.
I can't believe I'm even in a race with this hog. Hope you're in makeup in Ohio, because they're eating the dog.
Ooh. So he's calling her a dog. And because she is a woman, I also assume that would be a double of like being able to call her a bee. Because a female dog is... Yeah, you get where I'm going there. But also calling her a hog, and that's also a jab because everybody said he smells like ketchup and makeup. So you better wear makeup in Ohio because they're eating the dogs. That was his famous quote that got memed. You know, they're eating the dogs in Springfield, Ohio, where that train derailed. I don't think I've ever actually been to Springfield. I live in Ohio, but that's kind of off the beaten path. There's no it's out in the middle of nowhere. But that is a great diss and turnaround off of the smell comment to throw makeup back into the mix. But also bring up the Springfield eating the dogs thing, calling her a hog, a dog, and a bee all in one shot. Trump pulling no punches. That was really cleverly worded. I like that. I like the structure of that.
Donald, I'm putting you away like a rapist back in Cali. You should leave this battle early, like the crowds at your rally.
Ooh, okay, and a good one again. What was it? I'm ending this battle early, like a R in Cali, because I believe, wasn't she... I think when she did eventually pass the bar exam, I think she did practice law in California for a while, and I'm assuming she put away a pretty terrible person behind bars. So that's a good one there. And then, all the people leaving early from the Trump rallies that have been reported, that's a good diss on that. I have all the biggest rallies.
Yes, well, I've got Taylor Swift.
You're ugly.
You are ugly.
Well, you're a Marxist jump.
Ooh! And he has to be cut off. That happened in the Trump and Hillary one. This whole this whole system's rigged, and we all know the riggers. For the last 8 years, this country's been run by, and Abe Lincoln has to come in and cut him off for obvious reasons. So this time he gets cut off by Teddy Roosevelt as he's about to call her a bee, and this time he's not insinuating it, he's about to pull it. They both call each other ugly, and of course, I have all the biggest rallies, typical Trump speak. And yeah, she's got Taylor Swift backing her.
Taylor Swift.
You're ugly.
You are ugly.
Well, you're a Marxist jumping Jesus H. Huckleberry Christ on a crutch.
Who came up with Jesus H. Huckleberry Christ on a crutch? What the... It's so left field. I love it.
No one wants to fight about politics this much.
Amen. Nobody gives a damn about this much. Oh my god, it's been blown so out of proportion. I am so sick of seeing how bad Bernie Moreno and Sherrod Brown are for the state of Ohio. Just shut up and vote already. I'm sick of it.
You, Madam Red, White, and Pantsuit, don't let getting higher be the greatest thing you ever do.
Ooh, I like that one. So Madam Red, White, and Pantsuit. Of course, she dresses a lot like Hillary Clinton with the pantsuits all the time. Like, I don't know what it is with female politicians and dressing in pantsuits, but that seems to be a thing. And then, he's saying, if you do get elected, don't let that be the greatest thing ever about you. Like, if she is elected, she will be the first woman president. Don't let that be your defining characteristic. Actually go do something that makes a difference. This is why Teddy wins this battle. He's been in here 3 flippin' seconds, basically, and he's already he dissed her outfit, which is hilarious. And he did it without being derogatory. He just, red, white, and pantsuit, which I think is funny. But he's also out here spitting facts about, look, don't let it just be about you being the first female president. Do something that matters.
And you, baby back ribs up in heaven, try not to slide democracy straight to chapter 11.
And of course, sweet baby back ribs up in heaven. Teddy is unhinged with these, but I love it. Don't let yourself basically slide democracy into bankruptcy, into chapter 11. I love. They could have just used democracy and bankruptcy. Those kind of rhyme with each other. But instead they went baby back ribs up in heaven and slide into chapter 11. This is where ERB comes back at full force. I love it. I've come here on the back.
I'm here on the back of my musky antlered beast with a message for whichever one of you sucks the least.
So yeah, I've come here on a moose just to prove a point to whichever one of you is less shit at being president, because you both are terrible people. Which, thank you, Teddy Roosevelt. Somebody finally said it. Other than me. I've been saying this for years. I will probably get a sign at some point when I feel like spending the money that I put out every year. That way it's universal, that just says, they both suck. Don't vote for president or whatever, because there's just never a good candidate. Oh, I love that. That is such a good one.
My musky antlered beast with a message for whichever one of you sucks the least. This government was founded on self-evident truths. So keep it of the people, by the people, for the people. Moles.
And then, of course, hearkening back to the days of Abe Lincoln, where, it's of the people, by the people, for the people. Eagle! So, he says this nation was founded on self-evident truths. So, of course, self-evident means they are obvious, basic truths that are clear and concise. The sky is blue. That is a self-evident truth. I don't need to prove it to you. Just look. It's blue. Unless you're blind, take my word for it. The sky is blue. I'm going to be inclusive here, because I'm not going to be that guy. You get my point. So, I love the fact that they do that way, and of course, Teddy has to end it. That is the best way to end a rap battle. I didn't like that they didn't have a former president come in at the end of Trump and Biden. It almost felt like Biden got the last word, and that's wrong when you're trying to be impartial in a battle like this. It felt like Biden got the last word. And again, not being political or anything, it would have felt wrong if Trump had got the last word. When you have two things like this, you need a party like a former president who has since passed on to have the final word. That way, neither of them have an advantage. They both pretty much ended on, "You're ugly." And Trump had the transition line for Teddy to jump in. But, I mean, he's just name-calling at that point. It doesn't give him an advantage to end on that, because he literally got cut off by Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt wins this battle. Don't at me in the comments, or do. I don't really care. As I said, if you have an opinion of who won this battle, please comment it down below. If it's not Teddy Roosevelt, I'm sorry, you're arguably wrong. Just kidding, you're allowed to have your own opinion. But if you do actually think one of these two was stronger than the other, tell me why. If you have a political debate, take it to Reddit. Or literally anywhere else, just not my comment section. But that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to start getting back onto these epic rap battle reactions again. I apologize, this is almost an hour long. But I got to do what I got to do when it's a battle that's almost, well, only 3 minutes long, I guess. But it's a political battle, and I've never seen it for the first time. These are going to take extra time. So, with that being said, my name is Soji. Thank you so much for watching. Watch out for my next video. I am going to be uploading ERB reactions again. And I might start reacting to some other stuff as well. I might start doing reactions live on Twitch. So, if you want to be a part of that, my Twitch link, I believe, is in my YouTube bio. If not, it's at soujisakatattv, just my name on Twitch, and you'll find me. It's pretty easy. I do a lot of sim racing. I do a lot of racing content in general. I also play some Genshin and some other games from time to time, but yeah, I'm going to start doing some live reactions, I think, to some of these when I can. So please stop by, hang out, have some fun. It's always a fun time. But until next time, my name is Soji, and I'm out. Have a good one. We'll catch you next time. Later.